Hey, what is going on, comic book familia? It's Ephraim, Passpoint Comics, and I am live for a Monday. I'm going to be showing you books that have grabbed my attention for New Comic Book Day, which will be this Wednesday, July 5th. I usually pick between 5 and 10 books that grab my interest. Last week, I didn't go live because none of the books really grabbed my attention. So I'm not going to just go live just for the sake of going live. I'm only going to do it once books, really grab my attention. Before I start showing you my books, and like I said, I do read comic books. Comic books have always been, a lifelong passion of mine. And one of my joys of collecting books is actually reading them. So yeah, I've been reading books for decades and decades. As I stated previously, these are books that are coming out on Wednesday. And without much further ado, here we go. So the name of this segment is called What Will You Be Reading? And, these are the books that I chose. First up is Daredevil. Everybody's asked me in the past, what's my favorite character from Marvel? And it has always been Daredevil. I know there are a lot of Marvel and DC superheroes out there, but the reason I enjoy Daredevil so much because he really doesn't have any superpowers. He was blinded as a youth, and his senses, are extraordinary, and he just goes by that and his faith. And he's a street level hero, which always grabbed my attention. This is called the Red Fist Saga Part 13, Daredevil in Hell by Chip Zdarsky and Marco Checchetto are on the last leg of their tour de force through Matt Murdock's life and afterlife. So this series, this version of the series is coming to an end. Companion book, so to speak, with this has been that just ended, has been the Punisher book. I have really been enjoying this book, and I have one person that's checking me out, Nigel, Desire Comics. What's up, Nigel? I'm just showing books that are coming out on Wednesday that grab my attention. And I know I'll be seeing you soon in about 3 weeks at San Diego Comic-Con, so that's going to be exciting. So next book up that I'm going to be buying this Wednesday, this is called Night Terror's First Blood. When Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman find the body of one of their earliest enemies inside the Hall of Justice, their investigation takes them past the land of the living, beyond the land of the dead, and directly to a new villain called Insomnia. So I really enjoy books that takes superheroes out of their normal, what they do on a regular basis. And these have to do with nightmares. This is the first book that's coming out, and there will be subsequent books. For example, Night Terror's Batman. Ever since Batman, Bruce Wayne has been a creature of the night. He transformed himself into a symbol that gave the criminals of Gotham nightmares, but now trapped in the nightmare realm, Bruce is stalked by the horror he's created. Can he escape before his own nightmares pull him deeper into the darkness? This cover, I really enjoy these covers. If you look on the right, there's like an actual bat coming out of what I'm assuming is Bruce Wayne's mouth. And on the left is like a red and black cover by Dustin Nguyen. I was told about these covers, the red and black ones. They're very sharp looking. Next up, we have a couple more covers. This is by the artist Dustin Nguyen. Black Adam is going to have his own Night Terror series, The Joker. And his terror is basically being an ordinary worker, just like an ordinary Joe. That's his terror. And the one on the right is Poison Ivy. Next up, we have Swan Songs by Image Comics. This is a miniseries premiere. W. Maxwell Prince, Ice Cream Man, continues his weird winning one-shot formula with this all-new multi-artist project that explores the way things end and also how they never really do. Swan Songs compromises stories about endings, the end of the world, the end of a marriage, the end of a sentence, the end of the world. So this book has piqued my curiosity. I'm really into indie books. I've always mentioned that in my own videos, that indie books like I say in the last 10 years have really grabbed my attention, and I'm gravitating towards them more and more. And I hope this is a good book to read. Next, we have Doctor Who Doomsday, 24 hours to find the Doctor Doom. This lonely assassin from the 51st century is hunting for her survival, and there's only one person who can save her, the Doctor. Using her vortex manipulator, she'll do anything to find the tempestuous time traveler, including cavorting with the maleficent Missy. Every hour, a new adventure, every hour closer to death. So this book grabbed my attention. It's a Doctor Who book, so I will be picking it up. And thanks for joining me, Spine Ticks. I'm just trying this video out. This is I think my second or third one, which I'm basically just picking books that are coming out for New Comic Book Day that have grabbed my interest, and I just wanted to share it with everybody. Thanks for joining. And next, we have Joseph, 1957. This is by a publishing group called CEX. I read the first story of the first issue already, and this is issue number 2. Joseph, the first gorilla in space, is wreaking absolute havoc in low orbit, and no one knows how to stop him. U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower knows just what to do. He blasts into space himself to handle the matter. Okay, interesting. It's a zero gravity battle between the United States president and the Soviet gorilla at the height of the Cold War. Yeah, President Eisenhower in space. Got to see how this one turns out. Next up, we have Junk Rabbit by Image Comics. I believe this is issue number 4. Basically, the synopsis of this is a new hero rises from mountains of consumer waste, mass homelessness, and devastating climate change. Some call the hero a myth, an urban legend, but others know that is the Junk Rabbit come to life. The Junk Rabbit's hidden lair is revealed, opening the door for political and military forces to capture and expose the rabbit's secret identity. Meanwhile, a bloody connection between the homeless and the ultra-rich is finally ripped open. As I stated, indie books, I just love them so much because there's nothing like 60 years that you have to follow, basically, where superheroes have been around for 60 years. So it's fresh, starting from fresh. And that's why I enjoy reading indie books more and more. And this is another one. This is by Boom Studios, Grimm. This first came out last year. Basically, Jessica Harrow is dead, but her journey has only just begun. Discovered the world of the afterlife, where Jessica has been recruited as a Reaper. That alone took my attention when I first read about this book. And so this is issue number 11. Like I said, it's been almost a year. While Jess, Lila, and Eddie feel the touch of hellfire for the first time ever, Jess begins to build an army as fears of an all-out war arise and knows it will be up to her to take back the afterlife. Love these kind of stories. See what Spine Ticks has to say? Junk Rabbit, powered by solar, basically. Yeah, good point. Next up is Maleficent, Disney Villains. This is by Dynamite. They had one on Scar from The Lion King. I didn't think I liked these books, but I must admit, I have been reading it. It just goes further on in these villains' life. So this is chapter 3, The Beast. Maleficent's familiar, the crow, scours the Forbidden Kingdom, searching for threats to their master. The crow will encounter a strange creature, helpless and weak, and the crow must make a choice: destroy the creature or show mercy. This has been an enjoyable book, I must admit. So I will continue reading this book. And this one is Clobbering Time. I know I've said, I'm a lot into indie books, which I am, but I do love my Marvel books. This one, it says, Old Ogdu Frazie's plan is almost complete. He has reverse engineered every item of power across the Marvel Universe's time stream to create the Cycle Pump Machine, a device that will steal the creation energy of the nascent Galactus and the sentience of the universe at the moment of the Big Bang. The Thing, Doctor Doom, and Tuva 2 are an unwilling audience to the universe's remaking. That is, unless they can get free. When I read the synopsises of these storylines, I read them ahead of time, but some of these words, they are tongue twisters. Yep, I agree. Maleficent is a classic Disney character. I've been enjoying this storyline. Next, we have Star Wars, Yoda, Star Wars. I'm not always going to pick a Star Wars book, but Star Wars is just, it's like I say, comic books are in my DNA. Star Wars is in my DNA. So this is a continuing series. It's called Yoda. This is basically in between the movies, like what happened to him. So Size Matters Not Part 3. Well, hello there. The Mega Droid is on the march, and only Jedi Master Yoda and Anakin Skywalker can stop it. But what is the lesson Yoda is trying to impact on young Skywalker? Guest starring Obi-Wan Kenobi. Whatever he's trying to impart on young Skywalker, spoiler, it's not going to work. So next up, this one is called E-Junkie. It's by Scout Comics. It's the first issue. Nonstop. Hector Holmes, a bored, thrill-seeking experience junkie, E-Junkie for short, takes a dose of a new alternative reality drug known as Torch, which causes him to experience the memory of a train wreck that took place hundreds of years ago from the perspective of a long deceased passenger. The dosage lands him in the hospital, where he is approached by a special task force of the World Corporation to investigate the Guardians of Pain, the cult behind the new drug, who may also be responsible for Hector's brother's untimely death. And that is the last one. So this video is, like I said, when I do these, these are just books that, have grabbed my interest. I'm always choosing between 5 and 10 books. This, videos, obviously won't be that long. I've only been on for about 12 minutes. So I'm going to try to stretch it to 15. So I'm going to be doing this on a weekly basis. And at the end of this week, my friend, hopefully Peter Triple G Comics, he has a video where he critiques the books that he's actually read for this week. So we have like a book in the beginning and an end. So hopefully, Peter, I don't want to put any pressure on you. You'll be doing your video on Friday or Saturday, of which he'll be talking about books that came out Wednesday that he's read, whether he liked them or he did not like them. So coming up on my channel on the 14th of July, I'm going to be going live with a couple of my friends, and we're going to be talking about San Diego Comic-Con. It's coming up in about 3 weeks. We all got badges. We all are going. And this is going to be, I'm going to age myself. This is going to be my 30th year that I've been going to Comic-Con. I first went in 1993. Anybody who's been to Comic-Con knows how hard it is to get a badge nowadays. You have to get them way in advance. When I went in 1993, I basically walked into the convention center and bought my badges there. It was a piece of cake. I wish it would be like that, but it's not. We got a couple of comments here. Thanks, Nigel. I'm just trying to do this. Like I said, comic books are just a passion of my life. And the main reason I started collecting comic books is because I'm an avid reader. I just love reading comic books. And, that's been going on for decades also. And you guys are saying hi to each other, which is cool. Yeah, it's spine ticks. It's like that all the time now. It's just what it is. It's just crowded, and you just, try not to let it get to you, because, sometimes you just wait in line for hours and hours to go see a panel or go buy a comic book. But it is what it is. I try to enjoy myself as much as possible. But, like I said, I should be back next Monday or Tuesday. Hopefully, I'll find some books that grab my attention that I'm going to be reading for next week. But until then, everybody, this is F from Pass Point Comics. Go out and buy a comic book and read it. Take care, everyone.